Welcome to the Lechtich Parsha podcast, where we delve into the Torah's timeless wisdom and uncover uplifting and empowering lessons tailored to the challenges of our generation. This Seudah is Lila Nishmas, our brother, Noach Raphael, Yosef Chaim Hakohen. It's a big schus to have my son, Noach Hakohen, who's here with us tonight. Aaron loves and I embarrass him. Darkenu Shel fathers. I started learning Masechet Shabbos, which we make a siyam on very shortly, over 3 years ago. I started at the beginning of COVID, right before COVID broke out in Eretz Yisrael. And the reason why this siyam is particularly meaningful to me is because it's something that I started. It's like a bridge from my time in Eretz Yisrael to where I am now. It really carried me through, like we say, it's Chamil Machazikim Bo, and Masechet Shabbos really did that for me. I started it right before COVID, and ever since I've been always working on it and chipping away at it. It was a big endeavor. It's an amazing feeling, Baruch Hashem, to make it to the end, make it to the finish line. The Gemara talks about Kose Ein Zakaklo, which means that when we light the Hadlakas Ner Chanukah, that once you light the menorah, Ein Zakaklo, you don't have to go back and relight it. Svarim discuss the idea of Chanukah. The Svarim say is the idea wherever a man is, wherever Yid is, b'chol makom, b'chol matzav shehu, he's never too far, he's never cut off, it's never too late, never feel despair, because the light of Chanukah, when we invest and when we realize its potency, its power, the illumination of the nearest Chanukah, how real they are, it can really take anyone out of their shackles, out of their sorrow, out of their feeling of loss, pain. We find this idea expressed. Generally, we know that the Shekhinah is in a Yered, Pachas Michaf Amos. Yeah, in Chanukah, we say, Af Bishan Ha'olam, we are the Shekhinah B'tachas L'chaf Amos, that we can light L'Hadlakas Ner Chanukah. Hashem comes down, Kaviyachal, the Shekhinah comes down, wherever we are. Wherever we are, the Shekhinah is going to meet us. If we can't go over Chaf, Hashem says it's okay. You light your menorah, you do what you can do. We find the same idea with the different grades of the mitzvah of Hadlakas Ner Chanukah. First we have Mahadrin Min Mahadrin, then we go down to Mahadrin, then we go down to Ner L'chol Echad V'Echad, and then we go down to Ner Ishu Beisai. We find the same idea expressed, that if you can't do the Spitz, you can't make it to the top, you can't do the Mahadrin Min Mahadrin, Hashem says it's okay. Chazal say, if you can only do Ner Ishu Beisai, you can only do just regular Mahadrin, it's okay. And then we find that there's something called Birchas Haroyah. Normally you have to have your own esrog, you have to have your own lulav, you have to have your own matzahs. You can't go and make a alchis matzah on someone else's matzah. But when it comes to the mitzvah of Hadlakas Ner Chanukah, we find Birchas Haroyah, that if a person doesn't have his own Chanukah licht, if he sees the light, the menorah of someone else, he's able to go and make a bracha, La'ad Ner Chanukah, which expresses the same idea that the Kedusha, the invitation of coming in, of Heiligkeit, is unparalleled. This that we find in the nearest Chanukah, we don't find anywhere else. That just by seeing someone else's ner, we can all tap into that, we can all grow from that, we can all become uplifted from that. No matter how far, even if we don't have our own Heichitim to light those ners, we can still make the Birchas Haroyah. Lastly, we find, the Gemara says, Neres Ushmanim Sha'amu Chachamim Eim Alikim B'Shabbos, Alikim B'hem B'Chanukah. The Mishnah in Shabbos tells us, that the nearest that we normally cannot light with on Shabbos, on Chanukah we can use those nearest, we can use those shmanim, and this idea again tells us that even a person who doesn't feel connected, he feels that he just can't light up, he can't connect to that light that's normally mandated for Shabbos. When Chanukah comes, anything is welcome, anything is accepted. A person could be Yetze with any type. That's the idea of Chanukah. When we're lighting the Chanukah licht, we have to realize that we can never be too far. Any small mashahu of a machshava, of a maisa, of a hiskarvis to Hashem is so cherished, is so beloved, it's so coveted by Hashem. And we can always rise back up, like the nearest. We can always become enlightened, reconnected. That's the inyan of Chanukah, which is Masechet Shabbos. The same idea we find in this week's parasha. A lot of Svarim ask, what's Pshat? We always find that there's a connection between the Shiftei Kah. The parashas of Shiftei Kah always fall out at the time of Chanukah.
So what's this connection? Why is it always the parashas of Yosef Tzadik and the Shvatim and the Mechir of Yosef and going down to Mitzrayim? What's the association? What's the juxtaposition between that and Chanukah? So I saw an incredible pshat today from Reb Chanoich Ehrentreu in a sefer Kemetz HaMincha. He was a German doctor and Rav. He lived in the time of Shamshon Paul Hirsch, and he tells us an incredible pshat, the connection. He says the Yesod of Chanukah, as we just said, as we just spoke about, is the Yesod that we can never be too far, we can never be too disconnected, we can always come back in. And we find this idea that even though there was a victory, there was a physical overcoming over the Yevanim, but we don't celebrate on Chanukah, the Ikar, the Dagesh, we don't highlight that victory. Rather, we highlight the fact that we were saved in a ruchnistic sense, that we had the Neiris, we had the Shemen to last all 8 days. What does that mean? That tells us that something that was so beseis, or something that was samum and ayin, it was something that was in the Beis Hamikdash, it was in the Kodesh Kadashim, it was something that not everyone knew about. We celebrate that. That was the Gres Danes. That's the thing that we focus on. That's the thing that we want to give over the Deri Deris. Chazal said, even though there was a physical victory, nevertheless, we're going to channel our focus onto the thing that was not seen by everyone. The Shemen in Beis Hamikdash, nobody knew about it. The same idea is with the Shiftei Kol with Yosef. Reuven, the Shvatim wanted to kill Yosef Tzadik. Reuven came along and he said, let's throw him into the bar. The Torah says, L'man hitzil oisim yadam l'hashiva el aviv. The Torah attributes the Hatzalah, the saving of Yosef Tzadik, to Reuven. Now the question is why? B'char, he threw him into the bar. Rashi says the Rachbarim and Achashim, that it was the Al Pidar Chatava. There was no way that he could have sustained himself. He was for sure going to die. Nevertheless, Reuven got the credit. Reuven was awarded with L'man hitzil oisim yadam. He saved him. B'char, he killed him. Now, the pshat is that the Torah is made. The Torah told us. The Torah is telling us that his intention. This is what I'm talking about. We're not going to get into that now. But he had the purest intention. Even though it was hidden and we don't know about it, but the Torah knew the kavanah of Reuven, that he wanted to throw him into the pit instead of killing him right away. And therefore, the same idea that something that's samum and ayin, something that's hidden away from the public face, from the public vision, we dafka go ahead and we celebrate that victory. He's attributed with L'man hitzil oisem yadam. He gets that soul, even though it seems that he killed him, but it was a hatznei aleches, it was still a hate under the table, that he had this machshava to go ahead and save his brother, to save Yosef. And even though no one knew about it, we give him that credit, and the Torah says, L'man hitzil oisem, and he gets that credit, even though he was unsuccessful. And so it is, that when it comes to Chanukah, when it comes to this time of the year, that even when a person thinks, Ma'ani, ma'maisai, ma'chai, well, what am I doing, what's it going to help? We have to realize that every small thing, even the things that are seemingly put away, that are away from the public eye, what are they going to do, what are they going to help? The answer is, punkt vaker. The answer is, those are so beloved, so powerful, and when we capitalize and utilize those moments and bring them to fruition, bring them to Kadosh Baruch Hu, and say, I don't care what happened before, I don't care what's going to be in the future, but right now I have an opportunity of Kiddush Shem Shemayim, an opportunity of mitzvah, an opportunity to help another yid, opportunity to bring light to the world, learn more Torah, to say whatever that may be. But the aside is that when we realize the chashivas that lie in every second, every opportunity, I don't care what was, I don't care what will be. Right now, I'm focusing on the now. And the same thing from Reuven, the man hitzil oisai, that same idea. He knew he had a machshava Torah. He wanted to save Yosef, and the Torah says we're going to tribute that machshava. We're going to tribute the hatzalah to you, whether you're matzlech or not. And during this time of year, we should take in from those iris, from those hashpais of our forefathers, of the Shvatim, the Shiftei Kol, and the iris that the Yom Tov has to offer us. And we should all grow as individuals and as a klal. And in Mitzvah Shem, we should taka b'zeicha to see the Gresta are and go back to Beis Hamikdash and light the Neiros of Chanukah b'mkaimam b'mher v'menu b'mshech tzedkenu. Amen.
I thank each and every one of you for listening. I hope you enjoyed, and I wish you a wonderful Shabbos.